So most people use AI to write emails or ask random questions, and I'm using it in a way to make my seven-figure business make me significantly more money. And here are the use cases that I do to achieve that. So to dive into it, regarding my wholesale real estate business, specifically what I do regarding our acquisition team and their notes, we found that the notes coming from our sales team were different, and we could just give them a template, but there was still some friction points. So what we have done is there's two different ways to approach this. One, the sales rep, they can write down notes and then just grab that transcript and throw it into ChatGPT or Claude and say, hey, give me the summary of this call and put it into the certain template. And so it starts with creating a project, and a project is a way to have pre-written instructions for a certain task or a question that you find yourself asking multiple times. And so what we're going to do is projects to the left here. You're going to say create a project, and you're going to create one, and then you're going to have instructions. So the one that we have right now is called acquisitions lead notes. And what this allows us to do is anytime we have a acquisition rep that has a bunch of notes from a call, they can just insert it in here, the transcript itself, and it'll give us the breakdown. So for example, this was one that was done in the past. Our acquisition rep just copy and pasted it into this GPT, or rather this project, and all this information is now here. And it's on what was going on in the call and all of that. Another pro tip is that say that person didn't write any notes and also the transcript was lost, they can use this dictate function or also use whisper flow, and that will allow you to just talk into this AI platform with all the things that were going on in that call, and it will summarize it for you. So rather than typing it all out, you can talk to it. So another method is getting summaries from meetings. And so say you don't watch a whole meeting, and this could also be like in school, right? You're at school and you missed a whole class, you can use this exact same concept. So say you're learning something and you wanted to rewatch that and you didn't have a time to get the spark notes of it. So all you would do is say, summarize this meeting and give me the timestamps of what was going on. Okay, so that's all you would do, and then you just grab the transcript. So say I grab a transcript from Zoom, and all I would do is I would just paste it into here, and then I'm gonna click send prompt, and now it'll give me the whole summary of what was going on in this meeting, which is super cool, what was going on in every aspect of this meeting that we had internally for our team. The next thing that you can do to buy back your time significantly when reviewing calls for a sales call or how you think you did when you were speaking with a vendor or a client, you can get that call and throw it into ChatGPT or Claude or any of these AI platforms and summarize how you did. And so that looks like a very similar thing where you're just copying the transcript and you're throwing it into ChatGPT or Claude and you're asking it, hey, give me all of this based off of what I'm trying to figure out for this certain transcript. So another helpful aspect using AI is scheduling tasks through ChatGPT. And all you would do is go to this sidebar and click scheduled. And here are some options that what it allows you to do. So you do a daily brief of briefing updates about topics that you care about the most. So say all the things that you're talked about in the past week, it can give you that whole understanding of all the things that you asked AI about. It can give you a whole rundown of what that looked like. And then it can also help you just brainstorm ideas. But this is really cool because it actually can be a scheduled email that goes to you from ChatGPT. Another helpful tip that I recommend using AI for is using it in a way where it leverages knowledge from your mentors, people that are guiding you, or teachers in general. And what you could do is you can create a project, like I showed before, and have the instructions grab from mentors or books or any knowledge that you're looking from the outside, and it can help you make decisions based off of that knowledge. So for example, in this project that I created for leadership, it's grabbing documents from timeless principles regarding world-class leaders, and then you could say specific people, and then when you're asking questions for problems that you run into, it can brainstorm it in a way very efficiently. So for example, I was in a situation where I had to give feedback regarding our manager wanted to promote somebody, and I didn't necessarily believe that they were in the right situation to be promoted. So I was like, how do I have that conversation? And I was able to grab all of my mentors' knowledge and leverage that to make the best decision on how to have the conversation with our manager. Another thing that you can do is leverage it for interview questions. So for example, I'm going to say best questions to ask a salesperson for interviewing them. And you can ask it why, understand the whole reasoning of what is going on there. So very helpful on that front. So the big takeaway from all of this is that AI can help multiply your efficiency throughout the day by using all these different use cases that I just mentioned. And if there's a will, there's a way. So we've built all these systems in our own business. If you want access to everything, all the links are below. Subscribe if this helped. Thank you so much, and until next time.